Hi Tobias, how are you today, mate?
I'm very good, mate. Thank you for asking.
Welcome, mate. As you know, we are going to do your assessment today for 2 units, BSB PHEF 202, Plan and Apply Time Management, and BSB WRT 311, Write Simple Documents. For the
Yes.
BSB EF 202, Plan and Apply Time Management, we go through some questions. And I have received your time management plan. Thank you for submitting that, mate. We
No
also
problem, mate. Thank you.
No, thank you. We also have a short observation we'll do later in the group discussion, which should take maybe roughly 10-15 minutes. So, yeah, how are you feeling today, man? You excited?
A little bit nervous or excited.
That's good. That's good. Let me quickly check your spelling of your name. Tobias. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I received your ID already by email. Also, could you please sign your attendance in our group chat on the site, please? Yeah,
Yes.
and the date. Um, yes.
One sec.
Thank you. Okay, let me quickly explain that not yet competent. An appeal process. During this assessment, if I determine that you not meet the requirements for any task, I will mark you as not yet competent. You have the right to appeal your decision. Information about the appeal process can be found on the Plenty Training website and in student handbook. During this assessment, please make sure you are comfortably seated with no WHS issues around you. If any technical issues arise, please let me know and I will guide you to fix them. Today's date of the assessment is the 15th of August of 2024. And the assessment location is by Zoom. Although we are online, we are still face to face and can have a conversation. I will be typing your answers, so you won't have to do anything written. Could you please tell me a little bit about yourself, Tobias?
Yes. My name is Tobias Viana. I've been working as a painter for already like 2 months now. Painting and decorating. So I've been improving a lot my skills with this course. So I've been in Australia as well for more than 2 years, almost.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
The material for today's task is the time management plan you submitted. There are no special support arrangements, as I will be typing your answers. Without further ado, let's go start. I'm looking at your time management plan. It is very detailed. You have clearly highlighted your job role and goal, your 5 tasks, and identified the highest priority task, explaining why. You also provided an example of potential problem that may arise and how you will tackle it. Very well done. I'm happy to inform you that for this task, I am marking you satisfactory. Congratulations, mate. How are you ready to for the assessment today, Tobias?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's start with the verbal questions, mate. Summarize why each of the following feature of a time management plan are beneficial. List of 5 tasks and time frames and deadlines.
Okay. The list of tasks is having a detailed list of all paint and decorate tasks helps me to stay organized and ensures I don't overlook any important job requirements. It allows me to visualize my full workload and prioritize efficiently. And the time frames and deadlines is basically setting a clear time frame and deadlines for completing a task is extremely beneficial. It creates a sense of urgency to work efficiently and prevents tasks from getting deprioritized. Deadlines ensure I meet client expectations and complete projects on schedule.
Explain why you should use to-do list when planning your job tasks.
A comprehensive to-do list is essential for tracking all the various painting and decorating tasks I need to complete for each job. From prepping surface to cleaning up, it prevents anything from slipping through the cracks and allow me to stay systematically working through my responsibilities in an organized manner.
Explain why setting a time frame for completing job tasks is important.
Okay. Setting a realistic time frame for paint and decorating tasks is crucial for managing my time efficiently. It prevents me from spending too much time on any single task at the expense of other priorities. Time frames keep me focused and ensure I can complete all aspects of a job efficiently while I'm meeting a client deadline.
How can you use an online calendar or similar apps to help you manage your time regarding job tasks?
Online calendars and scheduling apps allow me to map out my job, tasks, and deadlines in one centralized visual layout. This helps me to identify potential scheduling conflicts or overlapping commitments. Setting reminders ensure I don't miss critical job start times or intermittent milestones.
If you were asked to complete a job task and couldn't fit it in your day, what could you do to manage this situation? A. Complete the job anyway. B. Talk to your supervisor. C. Do nothing. Or D. All of the above.
Let me think about it. Talk to your supervisor.
If you had a lot of job tasks for that day to complete and your supervisor gave you one that you couldn't complete, what would you say to your supervisor?
I would say thank you for the additional job task. However, my schedule is quite full. While I will do my best to accommodate these new requests, I may need to reprioritize some of my current commitments to ensure I can complete everything to the high standards expect. Could we discuss priorities and deadlines to ensure I allocate my time properly across all jobs?
Very well done, Tobias. I am pleased to inform you that all your answers were correct, demonstrating a strong understanding of the material covered. Based on your performance, I am happy to assess you as satisfactory in this task. Your ability to accurately answer the questions reflects your diligence and comprehension of the subject matter. So, congratulations, Tobias.
Thank you.
Moving on, we will be now working through the BSB WRT 311, Write Simple Documents. During this assessment, we will go through some verbal questions. I am still waiting for the written evidence that I requested. Once I receive that and we complete this verbal Q&A task, I will be able to mark you for the entire unit of competency. So, are you ready for this one, Tobias?
Just 1 second. Yes.
Nice. Let's start. Question 1, mate. Tell me about the type of documents you create in your job. What are they and who are they for?
As a painter and decorator, the main types of documents I create are job codes and estimates, material lists, job logs, and invoice. These documents are primarily for clients, supplies, and my own business records.
For one of your documents, tell me how you determine your audience, purpose, and requirements for your document according to organization policies and procedures.
For a recent job code I determined the audience was the potential client, however, the homeowner, sorry. The purpose was to provide a detailed breakdown of the purpose of painting scope and costs. The requirements according to my company policies were to include accurate room dimensions, product specs, labor estimates, and present it professionally.
For one of your documents, tell me how you determine the required format, style, and structure for the document.
To determine the format, style, and structure, I use my standard code template. This has a formal style with my company brand and sections for client details, job description, material list, labor, total cost, terms, and signature lines.
For one of your documents, tell me how you establish the correct method of communication.
The correct method to communication was to email the code directly to the client, as that is my standard procedure. This allows me then to easily review, print, or share the document.
For one of your documents, tell me how you establish key points to be included in your document.
The key points I need to include were the full scope of interior exterior painting, room dimensions, any necessary prep work like drywall repairs, the specific paint product and finish, number of coats, labor time estimate, start completion, dates, payment, terms, and warranties.
For one of your documents, tell me how you developed the draft document to communicate key points.
I developed the draft code by first doing an in-person site visit to inspect the areas needing to painting and take measurements. Then I complied the material list, did my labor calculation based on experience, and filled out all details in the code on my template.
How did you ensure your draft met the purpose and requirement for the document?
To ensure I met all requirements, I double-checked my measurements, calculations, and that I had followed all policies around documentation and pricing. I also had my manager review the draft before sending it to the client.
Did you have to obtain and include any additional required information in your draft document? If so, what was it and why?
To obtain was the client color preference and sheen levels for the paint, as the impacted type and quantity of materials needed.
In your workplace, are there any documents that you must have a supervisor or a colleague, for example, proofread before you can send them?
In my workplace, all external quotes, contracts, and invoice must be reviewed by the manager before being sent out to the clients. This is to catch any errors and ensure professionalism.
What changes did you have to make to one of your documents? Discuss how you ensured those changes were correctly made, that the document was checked again before it was finalized.
For the quote I mentioned, my manager did request some minor wording changes to the payment terms section. To ensure those edits were made correctly, I carefully reviewed the updated draft against the company policy before finalizing and sending it.
How do you check your documents for spelling, grammar, and punctuation issues?
I always use build and spelling and grammar checking tools as a first step. I had missed.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Can you answer that one more time? The connection was a little bit bad on that one.
Yes. I always use the build and spelling grammar checking tools
Yep.
as a first step. Then I carefully read the entire document myself to catch any other issue the software may have missed.
What is your process for ensuring your document is readable and that the sentences, paragraphs, sequencing, and structure of the document are correct.
My process is to first review the document against the required template to ensure I'm following the right structure and formatting. Then I read through it carefully to check that all sentences make sense, paragraphs follow logically, and there are no abrupt transitions or missing information.
What are 2 examples of your organization's policy and procedures for written documents?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
What are the 2 examples of your organization's policy and procedures for written documents?
Okay. Two key examples of policies for writing documents are all quotes, contracts, and invoices sent to the clients must be reviewed and approved by a manager. The second one, we have standardized templates that must be used for consistent branding and formatting.
When would you use general emails in a work setting to communicate something and why?
I would use general emails for basic communication with clients, suppliers, or colleagues. That doesn't require a formal format. Things like scheduling updates, simply inquiries, or sharing files.
When would you use procedures to communicate something and why?
1 second. Sorry, my connection is. Would you please repeat?
When would you use procedures to communicate something and why?
Okay, procedure documents are used to communicate process that need to be followed consistently, like our preparation painting methodologies, safety protocols, or HR policy around the timesheets and time off.
When would you use business letters and why?
Business letters are used for more formal writing correspondence, like contracts, legal notice, or partnership agreements with the suppliers.
When would you use a meeting agenda and why?
A meeting agenda would be used to list our topics for upcoming team meeting, client meeting, or toolbox talk, so all attendants can be prepared accordingly.
If not covered in the above questions, prompt what are 3 examples of different formats, styles, and structures for documents?
Other common formats I used to include products, specs, sheets, equipment, manuals, training guides, presentation, and job site reports or documentations.
That was very well done, Tobias. I'm pleased to inform you that all your answers were correct, demonstrating a strong understanding of the material covered. Based on your performance, I'm happy to assess you as satisfactory in this task. Your ability to accurately answer the questions reflecting your diligence and comprehensive of the subject matter. Now we have come to an end of your assessment. Before we end the session, I need to ask you a favor. I have sent you a feedback form by email. If you could fill it out and send it back to me, that would be great and much appreciated. The questions asked about the assessment process and today's activities, your feedback will help me further improve my assessment process in the future. Thank you for today's assessment session, and I wish you all the best, Tobias. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Have a lovely day.
You too, mate. You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.